I'm back with another video, another story time, and today I'm gonna be talking, well, telling y'all the story of my labor and delivery, how everything went down, basically how I brought this child into the world. So my delivery, my delivery story starts November 15th, 2018. That's when I went into labor. Well, like, that was the starting of my labor. So on November 15th, 2018, around 9:30 at night, it was a Thursday night, my mucus plug came down. My mucus plug came down. And for those who know, that's like the first step of delivery for like some people. Some people, mucus plug don't come down. Some people, Rega. Here. Some people's mucus plug does not come down until later on into labor, or like right before they're about to have their child. But mine's came. I told my mom, and she was like, all right. So she like drink some tea, some hot tea or whatever, and just continue on with your day. That's just the first day. You got a long time to go. Like, the baby is definitely not coming right now, or not. She was basically saying she's not coming no time soon, basically. She like soon, but like not too soon. So Friday morning came, and the rest of my mucus plug came down. And once that came down, I'm like, all right. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, all right, y'all. So once my mucus plug came down, I told my mom, and she was like, okay. And that day I went past, and then the next morning I started to feel pains in my stomach, and they were like period pains, basically. At the beginning, that's what they felt like. They felt like period pains. So I just let them go. I wasn't like really, worried about it, because I read up on it, and I knew that like if contractions are really far apart and they are really short, then like they don't last for that long, then they like you have time, basically. So Friday night came, and the contractions started to worsen. I would say they started to get stronger, and I told my mom, and she made me some tea, and she like slept with me that night. And anyway, the next morning I woke up, and they really were like hurting, but they were still far apart. They were like stronger, but they were still far apart, and they last a little longer than before. So so I called my sisters and them, and I was like, all right, y'all, the baby is coming today or tomorrow, so y'all need to come down here or whatever. I want y'all to be down here like when the baby comes. Because it was Saturday morning, because it was Saturday, they couldn't come like on Saturday, so they had to wait till Saturday evening to get on a bus, whatever, to come down here. So Saturday evening comes, and they come down, and we started to walk around the neighborhood or whatever, and we just walking around. Like, they was helping me through labor. Like, when I would get a contraction or something like that, I will either squat or blow into a balloon, or to just like boost the labor up. I guess that's what it's called. Just like help the labor progress, basically. So they was like, all right, you need to take a nap, because once like everything really start going on, you're gonna need your energy. You're gonna need the time and the energy or whatever. So I went home. As soon as I was about to get in the bed and take a nap, my water broke. And once my water broke, I immediately went and called my mom. I'm like, all right, water broke, I'm having a baby. So My mom had called the midwife that's like over. Alright, I live in a community, and in our community we have like a birthing center where mothers go and have their babies, like a home birthing center where mothers go and have their babies like as if they were at home, but it's just like a more comfortable place for mothers to have a baby, and then they just stay there for 2 weeks after their baby without their other kids and without their husbands, and you know, they just like daytime with a newborn alone basically. But she called the midwife that's over that, and the midwife told me to come up there, like, all right, come up, we gonna get everything in order and whatever, come up. So once I went up there, they told me that I can get in the tub, get it like soak in hot water, because that's what I wanted to do. So I got in the tub and I was in the hot water. They were like, all right, it's time for you to get out so we can check you and see what's going on. So I got out the water, and like, I got out the tub, and they checked me, and they told me that I was 2 centimeters dilated. For those who know, 2 centimeters is nothing. Like, I was gonna be there for some time basically. So I started to walk around, and I started to breathe, and you know, I was on a birthing ball, and I was just like trying to put myself in comfortable positions where I could breathe and go through this laboring process. But I was in a lot of pain. But I was like at a point, like the amount of pain that I was at a point where I couldn't do nothing. I really didn't feel nothing. I didn't want to cry. I didn't want to laugh. I didn't want to, like, my emotions was basically shut off. I didn't know what I wanted. I was just in like pain. Just, it was crazy. So I had called my baby's mother, and I called him, and I told him that I was like going into labor or whatever. So he like, that's good you told me this, because I was about to leave. I was about to go. He said he was about to leave or whatever. So like, he gonna stay? I'm like, yeah, all right, it's cool. He like called me when it's like when I'm about to have the baby so he could come. I'm like, all right. So I called his mother, and she told me, she like, all right, I'm on my way, because she wanted to be there. So she like, I'm on my way. I'm like, okay. So I, like, time is just passing basically. I got checked again, and I only had dilated 1 more centimeter, so it was like 3 centimeters at this point. Time passing, I'm just in there, and I was just like, you know, walking around. I started to walk. All right, so it's like a hill behind where we were at, and I walked up and down that hill or whatever, you know, just trying to move around. I didn't want to just stay in one spot, because my mom said staying in one spot was like going to make the process longer and draw it out or whatever. So I was moving around, and you know, time went by, and it checked me again. And when she checked me again, she said 1 more. In my head, I thought she meant 1 more centimeter to go. So like, I was 9 centimeters, 1 more 10, and I was about to have a baby. So I'm like, I told his mother to call him. I'm like, I'm about to have a baby, she should call him, whatever. Mind you, I was only 4 centimeters dilated. She said 1 more, from 3 to 4, 1 more, not what I thought. I was just so ready to have a baby that my head straight went to, oh, I'm about to have this baby, 1 more centimeter. So she called him, and he was just up there just like for this long for no reason, because I was not about to have a baby. I was just still going through the laboring process or whatever. He came up there, and he was there, and we was just like, I mean, everything was just going the same way it was going. And then my parents, like my sisters and my mom, everybody was just in there, and they was just talking, and they was just getting on my nerves, because I was like tired and I wanted to sleep, but I couldn't sleep because I couldn't get in a comfortable enough position to sleep. And I'm just there, I'm just like crying. No, I wasn't crying, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't crying. I was just like I was just in pain basically, because like my mom and them was just talking, and I'm like, shut up. Like in my head, I'm just like, stop talking, just be quiet, y'all getting on my nerves. My mom was in there singing, playing games and stuff. I'm like, sis, this is not that. Come on, like, get it together. But time went on, and time was flying, because once I realized that it was like flying, because once I realized that it was like morning time and kids was going to school or whatever. And when kids was like, my brothers and sisters started coming up there, because they knew that I went in labor last night, so they like, oh, she about to have a baby. So I guess they was coming up there. They thought I had the baby already, but I still hadn't had the baby. So so it's the next morning. So now by this point it's Sunday morning. And Sunday morning the midwife came and checked me, and she realized that the reason the labor wasn't really progressing that much is because the baby was not in the right position. So I was in labor, but the baby couldn't get out because she wasn't in the right position. So like, if you know, the baby is like working to get out as much as you are working for the baby to get out. So like, y'all working together, but baby head was stuck in my pelvic bone. I think like she was this way, and my pelvic bone was stopping her from turning straight. Like, she wasn't head down. She was like on a slant basically. So the midwife was trying to like manually turn her around, like massage my stomach and turn her around or whatever, but she couldn't. So she like, all right, she left it alone. And then she had to go somewhere, I think. So I was just in there, and I was just like, you know, she like see if the baby would move on its own, like turn around on its own. So I'm just in there, and I'm just working. So I'm just in there, and I'm just like, you know, laboring or whatever. And then the midwife came back. This is hours later. The midwife came back, and she like so she called another midwife, and the midwife was like, you have to go to the hospital because they don't want nothing to be the problem with me. So they didn't want nothing to happen to the baby. They didn't want nothing to happen to me. So she like, the best option for me right now is to just go to the hospital. I didn't want to go to the hospital. Like, I didn't want to go to the hospital, but because I honestly thought that they were going to have to give me a cesarean, and I didn't want that, like, at all. So I got up. So I got in, like, they took us to the hospital, and we signed in or whatever. And then once we got to the room, the doctor checked me. She gave me an ultrasound, and she said the baby head was where it was supposed to be. Like, it was down, not how we thought it was, not how it was before. Because not that we thought it was like that, it was like that for sure. She like, the baby's head is down. Like, I'm like, I was happy because I didn't have to get a cesarean no more. So like, I'm like, all right, this is a good thing. So they took me. At this point, I was about 5 centimeters dilated. So they took me to the labor and delivery room. And I was in the room, and they brought a ball. The midwife came in, and the midwife came in. They brought a ball, a birthing ball. So I was just like jumping on this ball or whatever. And I was like, you know, being active, trying to go through this process. So let me tell y'all, and the hospital is so annoying, because in the hospital, well, I know for here where I live in Israel, the hospital, they have like, okay, so it's a midwife, it's a doctor, and it's the nurse, and all three of these people are sticking their fingers in you 7-8 times in the course of an hour. Like, not even an hour, in the course of 30 minutes, they just sticking their hands in you. And it's like so annoying, because it's like, she just did it, why do you have to do it? I'm like, that's one thing that I just really didn't like about the hospital. It's like, they were so rough for everything. I'm like, calm down, sis. But the midwife came in. She was like letting me do certain things, and they had put monitors on me. So if you know, in the hospital, they have, some hospitals are different, but the one I was at, they have like a monitor, and they put it on you. One for you, one for the baby's heartbeat. Monitor the baby's heartbeat, and one to monitor my heartbeat. So I was getting annoyed with that on me because I had that and then I had the hospital gown on. I was getting annoyed, so I just took the hospital gown off. And then my mom and them like, you know, you can't just be in this hospital like this. I was like annoyed with the hospital gown, and I was annoyed with the monitors and everything that was on me. So I like took it off. And the thing that kept on me was the IV, because my mom's like, you can't take that off. You take it off. So I just kept taking the monitors off, and then the doctors and stuff kept running back in the room, like, because I took the monitor off. So I guess, I don't know. So they just kept coming back in the room or whatever. And they kept telling me that I couldn't take it off, but I kept taking it off because it was annoying me. Like, it was really annoying me. So I took the hospital gown off. I took the monitor off. I took everything off, y'all. I was in that hospital room butt naked, like, with nothing on. So the midwife came back and checked me, and she like, all right, you 7 centimeters dilated. I'm like, okay, progress, like, we are moving. And by this time it's like 8 o'clock at night. I mean 7:30, almost 8 o'clock. So after she told me that, I'm like, all right, cool. And then I started to feel like I had to take a dump, basically. I started to feel like I had to shit. So I'm like, I have to take a dump. So they're like, all right, go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, and it's like, everything is in this room. Like, the bathroom, everything is in this room. So I went to the bathroom, and I sat on the toilet or whatever. I used the bathroom. I got up, you know, do whatever. And then I went back to the bed. So I got on the bed, and I felt like I had to take a dump again. So I started to, like, push. I think I was, like, I feel like I had to take a dump again. So I started pushing. I went back to the bathroom, and I started pushing now. But like pushing and pushing, there wasn't nothing coming out. Like I didn't have to. No. So I went. So like 30 minutes passed, and then the midwife came back, and she like, all right, check you again. So she checked me, and when she checked me, she said the head is right there. She like, the head is right there. Mind you, I was just 7 centimeters dilated. So I mean, I jumped from 7 centimeters to 10 centimeters in half an hour, literally. Like, it went so fast. Or I was just pushing, and I made myself. I think that's why I tore it, because I made myself have this baby. But she like, the head is right there. So she like, all right. So she put her gloves and stuff on. She got the stuff like ready for me to have the baby. And when she said that, they had called everybody. Like, they called my sister, because at this point it was just my mom and the midwife in the room. So they called my sister, they called his mother, and they called him, my baby's father and his mother, to come in the room or whatever. So they came in the room or whatever, and I was like, you know, going through the pushing process. And I feel like it took forever, because my daughter's head was huge, and I was like about to kill myself, basically trying to push this baby out. But I was in there acting tough or whatever, because I was in there in so much pain, and I'm sitting here acting this stuff, acting like I wasn't in pain or whatever. But the midwife was like forcing the baby's head out in a way. She like was trying to, cause the baby, her head was so big, so it was like hard for it to come through, and she was like massaging it or whatever with oil, and she was just like trying to get the head to come out. Anyway, so then her head came out, and it was like, I felt like this big old huge relief. Like, my body felt so relieved. Once the head came out, the shoulders and the body came out right after. That part was easy to push out or whatever. It was like 2 or 3 pushes probably, and then all of it was out. Like, the whole baby was out. But when she came out, she was like, I won't say unconscious, but she was like not breathing. Or she was I don't know what was going on. I think she was just asleep, honestly, because she like made a small noise, and then she was like not making no noise, and the doctor was like trying to, not the doctor, the midwife was trying to get her to respond to her, and she wasn't responding. So she was like rubbing her back and stuff, trying to get the baby to respond. But baby wasn't responding. So the doctor came, so the doctor asked her what was going on, and she was like, she just had a baby, but the baby is not responding. She's like, the blood pressure and everything. No, she like the heart rate and everything is fine, but baby's not like responding or not waking up. So she like put oxygen, like get a baby oxygen, whatever. So when she said that, she told everybody like leave the hospital room, and all of them left out except for the midwife that came with me. So they left out, and she put oxygen on the baby or whatever, and she woke up, I guess, or whatever they did. She had woke up, so they wake her or whatever, and they gave her to me, and they let me hold her, and they skin to skin, so the baby could feel me or whatever, know that I'm her mother, all that stuff. So everybody else came back in the room, and it was just like a happy, peaceful, it was a happy moment, because it was like I just had a baby, y'all. It was crazy. I didn't believe it, but I knew that at this moment my life was changed for good. Like nothing in my life was going to ever be how it was before. Like this is a whole new life basically. I just got a new life, and I was so happy. I was so energized because I didn't have no baby in me no more, and I just felt good basically. So they had took the baby to run tests and to just check her and make sure everything was fine, and then her father went with her, and I stayed back. Everybody stayed back in the hospital room. So once the doctor came back in, he came to check me or whatever, and they had realized that I tore a lot, so they had to give me stitches. So by that time it was 8:30, almost 9 o'clock or whatever, and everybody had left except for my sister, because she was spending the night with me, because you couldn't be there after a certain hour. So my sister stayed. All them other people couldn't be there after a certain hour. Only one person could stay with you in your hospital room. So my sister was there. Everybody had left, and they were they were doing stitching me up or whatever, stitching me back up, because I tore really bad. I tore from the inside out. And they had to give me 32 stitches, y'all. 32 stitches. It hurted so bad. Afterwards, I couldn't even sit down. It took me 30 minutes to just sit down, because the stitches hurted, and it was swollen and stuff around that area. So it took me to the room that I was gonna be staying in, and I was in the hospital for 2.5 days, almost 3 days. And when I got out the hospital, I was so happy. I was so ready to be back home around my family and stuff, and just be around everybody. And once I got home, I was so happy. I was so thankful for all these people, and I was just in love with this human being. Y'all, overall my labor and stuff was pretty cool. I was in so much pain. I don't know, I was in pain. I feel labor and delivery and the pain is something that you can't explain. You have to go through it to understand it basically. So with that being said, I had a pretty cool delivery. I had all my family, all of his family, and everybody there supporting me during, after, before, and it was literally a cool experience, and I'm happy that I was able to experience that. And with that being said, that's the story, this video. Hope it helped you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be back with more videos. See y'all next video.